Good afternoon, Saints. This is Father Tom, your rector, just coming to you from my home office, as you can tell from the background. We're still moving in, obviously, and still unpacking boxes, but we're getting there. And I'm in my home office because the AQI out there, the air quality index, is fairly high, and so wanted to avoid going out in such air as much as possible. So most of the things that I do, I can do remotely and from a computer, so including this. So that's what I'm doing. Wanted to remind you of a bunch of things that are coming up. Obviously, the celebration of new ministry is coming up on November 1st, and we're all using that as a good excuse. Just like when you have family over for the holidays, we're using the November 1 event as a good excuse to spruce up some things. So Steve has some things out there, volunteer opportunities for cleaning up and sprucing up, and we want to get the All Saints house, as it were, in shipshape for Bishop Diana Akiyama's first visit to us. She has never been to All Saints before, and so I look forward to welcoming her to our humble church abode. Also wanted to remind you that we're also in our annual giving campaign. We launched that last Sunday, and so you will shortly be receiving a pledge packet, what we're calling a parish prospectus and a pledge card and other things. So watch your mail for that. If you have not previously pledged, I really encourage you to do so. And if you're not able to pledge anything, we even take $1 a month if you want, or $5 a month, or $1 a week, or whatever you possibly can afford. It helps us to know that people are engaged with the mission ministry of All Saints, regardless of the amount. And obviously, the more you can afford to pledge, the better it is for our own mission and ministry, and frankly for the vestry's indigestion as we move through this challenging time, and as we anticipate the future and plan for it. So look for those materials in your mailbox fairly soon. If for some reason you really can't commit to a financial pledge this next year for 2023, the pledge card on the other side has a response postcard. So you are encouraged to fill out that response postcard and put a postcard stamp on that and put it in the mail, so that we can at least get a response from as many people as possible. We're going to cast a pretty wide net this year, and that will enable us to sort of say, okay, who's in the All Saints family, who is engaged, who's all in, who should we continue to expect to be in touch with in the next months and years. So in a couple weeks, you'll get that information, and we'll be asking for a response ASAP. Also, finally, wanted to comment a little bit about the lections for the coming Sunday, the readings for the coming Sunday. They are a passage from Sirach, which is part of the apocryphal books in the Bible. We don't hear a lot from the Apocrypha, but that's one of the readings, and then a reading from Timothy, and our continuing foray through the 18th chapter of Luke. The theme really is on what is what I'm titling this video, which is Dependence Day. On who or what are we dependent? Or do we have the illusion that we are independent, that we are not dependent on anyone or anything, especially dependent upon God? So it's an invitation for us to look at both the people and the structures and the programs and all of the other things that have enabled us to be at the life place that we are, and also to realize that none of it would be possible without God's grace and provision in our lives. and to give thanks for that. So there'll be more about that, of course, in the sermon, and we will also hear from Sherry this coming Sunday for our moment for mission, and she will talk a little bit about the food pantry and speaking of things that support people. That is, this past week we served nearly 200 people total among the families that we provided food for. So that is certainly something that we can do. With that, I invite you to come and be a part of church on Sunday. If either the air quality is too bad or you are feeling under the weather, I invite you to join us via Zoom. But aside from that, I will hopefully see you Sunday, and then a week from this coming Tuesday as we gather together to celebrate a new chapter, or perhaps even a new volume in the ongoing story that is All Saints. God bless.